I have actually done some tests. We are able to print this month, so I'm going to ignore that last one. So yes, Latent Hour of darkroom printing. This time, so you can see it. Okay, sure for a second. You should just be able to see there. This is a photograph I made in Cornwall. I haven't really tested this out yet. And it's, yeah, this is at the Cornish Seal Sanctuary. Hi there. Are you alright? So, if you are new to the darkroom, I'm not sure who's there. Say hello in the chat. Whenever you're printing, first thing you need to do is you need to work out how long you need. So the way to do that is something called a test strip. So put a bit of paper in there. Okay. And I'm going to expose it in 2s of seconds. There we go. So the whole piece of paper is going to have 2 seconds of light. I'm going to cover most of it up, leaving a little bit showing. So this bit here has now had 4 seconds. Everything else has only had 2. So move that. So now we've got 2, 4, 6. And you see this at 8, 10. One there. 12. So now in there we've got different amounts of time going along. Hey Eliza, how are you? Ooh, fall over. Okay. And we use 3 different chemicals. So the first one is called Developer. Its name kind of speaks for itself. There, so get these bands going on. So this has only had 2 seconds. The other end had 12. That's what this is here. So 2, 4. This is just working out the time, so I've got to work out from here. So I'm looking for where the tones are at their best. It's a bit hard to see, it's a bit abstract, this image. So this end here has only had 2 seconds. 2, 4, 6 is quite nice. So is 8. So I'm going to go somewhere between, I'm going to go for 7 seconds. So somewhere between those two is the plan. You have another box of paper there. What am I making? This is photo printing. This is a proper darkroom. So back before digital printing was the norm, this would be what you do. I love it. So let's see. So there's fresh piece of paper. I said 7 seconds, so set up my timer. Straight, settle down. Start the exposure. Go. So yeah, again, I keep on saying this every month. Eventually, I will have a proper setup in here for streaming. Not be using my phone all the time. But for now, this works. Okay. So straight away, looking at this, I know this area here needs to have more light. So I'm just watching those tones, letting them finish changing. Okay. So when I finish this print, I'm actually going to give it away. I'm going to do a competition. And that'll be through over on Instagram. I'll start that tomorrow. But it will be to win a finished print of this. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. Okay. So yeah, actually it's not too far off. I quite like that lightness there. So I'm going to try and hold the time back over here and give this bit a little bit more. So about 6 seconds here, 7 seconds, 8 seconds there. That's the plan. We'll see what happens. I'll kind of make it up as I go along, to be honest with you. Doing this bit. If we go for then, I'll do 9 seconds and then block the light for most of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Spin it back round. If you're motion sick, I do apologise. So yeah, so if this is something you're interested in, I wrote a book. Released it about a month ago, 2 months ago maybe. Always really better. Called Light Paper Time. It's available from my website, so tombobwarland.com. £15. It goes through how to set up a darkroom. It goes through the sort of general processes you need, and I've tried to keep it quite conversational, rather than analytical or overly academic. Is that you, Sam? Thank you very much if it is. Well, thank you very much regardless. Hey, Sam, I processed my roll of film from the other camera from the weekend, by the way, today. It was a film that was on the shelf, and I didn't realise I'd actually used half of it already in my camera. So I've got some very interesting double exposures. I'm going to contact you later on. But yeah, I think I've got some nice ones from the weekend and in London last week too. Okay, right. So we go. Overall, I'm quite happy with that, except my borders are incredibly wonky. So I'm gonna fix that. I know it's quite abstract, but I love it. This is what is it? It's a seal. So it's the fin of a seal looking at it from underwater, like a glass pane in front of me. There she's right. And it's like a Monopan. I know it's adult film, really. I like it. Let's get some more of it. It's really contrasty. I was never really bothered with low ISO films. They were live in England. The weather's not normally as nice as it is today. It's nice and straight. And yeah. So, what else is coming up? So, yeah, my book. This week I've been having fun with a prototype camera called the Alfie Box. So, Kickstarter for this is in a couple of weeks' time. Starting on the 19th of May. That's looking better. And it's taken a little bit getting used to. So I've been using a prototype, so it has had some light leaks. It's also had a bit of a learning curve, and it's good fun. So it still goes back to like 1830s camera design, but modernizes it as well. I'm doing a video for that at the moment. Cut that bit along. Yeah, so Alfie cameras have got a VIP pre-launch thingy going on, which is £1, 99p, something like that. And that secures first in line for best prices in the Kickstarter, limited edition brass pinhole lens as opposed to the sort of grey metal one that everyone else will get. Yeah, it's good fun. And it's quite cool because you get to develop the photos in the camera as well, which takes a little bit of practice. And I know they're going to be doing very detailed instructions to get the best results out straight away. But no, I definitely had some problems with it, and a lot of those were self-inflicted. I sadly had to send the camera back to them today. I've ended my time with it. There we go. Right, I'm quite pleased with that. So tomorrow, I will be putting this print up in a competition. I'm doing a couple of copies of that for myself. Over on Instagram. I've done this before, and it'll be like the usual like, share, etc. stuff. So yes, I'm going to do a couple more of that one. But what I like about the darkroom is not only is the whole process, the therapeutic nature, even though I'm going to do exactly the same thing, this print is going to look different because I'm going to block the light in slightly different places, slightly different amounts of time. So no two prints, even though it's the same image, will be the same. There's always going to be something different about each one. So you're in the way. I've got a spaniel down here with me. She keeps getting under my feet. Sam, how are you getting on with your darkroom setup? You done much since I saw you the other day? Anything from the Holger? Oh, stereos. Nice. Stereoscopy is another big obsession of mine. I started it a couple of years ago, but I now host a stereo photo walk in October. And it sort of ties in. Last year it was actually on Sir Charles Wheatstone's birthday, which is quite nice. Oh, different Sam, okay. Oh, sorry, mate. So I met up with a Sam who also has a copy of my book the other day. I assumed you were the same. I haven't tried printing stereos before. How are you finding lining the two images up? Ooh. Do me a favour, can you drop a link to the photo walk in here? I'll have a look at that later. Don't know if I can get to Milton Keynes next weekend. But if I can, I'd love to join you. Cheers. If not, just send it to me later. You got my details. Should we do one more of that? I'll do one more of that one, then I'll swap over to a different image. Yeah, it's photo walk season now. The weather's good. I did one for Pinhole Day this weekend, just gone. The Analogue Wonderland Big Film Photo Walk coming up in June. Tickets available for that. And me and Toby, so Almost Focused podcast, we're hosting a walk in Warwickshire. Warwickshire? I think. Market Harborough, I think that's Warwickshire. There's loads of walks everywhere. Tickets starting from £10 for that one, and the £10 ticket is just you attend the walk. It's £15. You get 2 rolls of film, or a roll of film and processing. Can't remember. I should have checked this. And then there's one which is £20 or £25, where you also get a camera thrown in with that deal as well. And I just saw today they've announced an extra couple of special walks. One in Hertfordshire somewhere, one in Northampton, which have got models and workshops and all sorts of stuff going on. They're a bit more expensive, they're about 350 quid. But you get all the other stuff, I think, thrown in with that as well. And obviously you're paying for the models, tuition of different photographers running workshops. So there's a bit more going on with it. But yeah, those tickets are going, and I know from the last 2 years that some of those walks, especially the London ones, Brighton and Liverpool, I think, sell out very, very quickly. There's different people hosting them. So a friend of mine, Rachel, will be hosting the Liverpool one. And she runs a great darkroom, community darkroom up there. So yeah, if you're interested in hosting and going on one of those walks, get a ticket while you can, because they sell out fast. Wonderland.com. If there isn't a walk near you, I know there aren't any in Wales at the moment. I've done Cardiff before. I'm not doing it this year. There's a contact thing on the website there. Contact Paul. Say where you want to host it. Host one. It's great fun. Okay. Cool. So that's the last thing I'm going to do with that one today. I'm going to swap the image. I might do more seals. There's no one in the same film I really like. It's a little bit more blurry. A little bit motion blur going on with it, but I like it. Is it this wrong? That's quite nice. So. There it is. Bear with me a moment. Get some focus from the focus finder. Oh, you are feeling a bit tricky. Okay. So, new image means new test strip. So, although it's on the same roll of films, the same place, photograph made within a couple of minutes, I suppose, of that last one. Every image is different. So, new image, new test strip. Oh, I forgot to do something with that other print. Oh, never mind. What we doing? Okay, so just like last one, I'm doing it in 2 seconds. So the whole piece of paper, I'm getting 2 seconds of light. No, it's not. I've turned the dials the wrong way. What have I done? That goes in the bin. I've got no idea what's that. Let's go again. Whole piece of paper gets 2 seconds. There we go. Cover most of it. So 2. Sorry, everything is a 2. That does have 4. Move it again. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Get one more in there maybe. 14. Okay. So I've got plans for this latent hour. I'm going to start doing things a little bit differently. Okay, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Quite nice. 12, getting too dark. 14 too dark. I'm going to do 10 seconds. Yeah. Plan is next month. Well, I say plan. It's an idea. I've spoken to someone about it. Is I'm going to do the darkroom printing in a different place to here. And I won't be alone. That's the plan. I reserve the right to abandon this plan and come back to doing it as I normally do. But if you want to see something a bit different to what I'm doing here, and what I've been doing in here for the last year of live streams, next month, so the last Thursday of the month, will be something a bit different. I've got two ways I might do that. But I'm not going to say any more until I've confirmed things with other people. In that paper, so it won't be finished print anymore. What did I say? 10 seconds, isn't it? So already I'm thinking the tail of this is going to need to have a little bit less light. Okay, it's not totally lit, but actually this bit around here does. Just a little bit around there, just to stop that disappearing entirely. The water looks great. No, that's all. That blast of bubbles there from where the seal was splashed. And then the broken water line. Now I realise I just need to sort this corner out. But I can do that. So 10 seconds and do that for the whole time, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Right. Oh, it's a bit better already. Okay. Still losing it a little bit in that edge. So I'm going to try something a little bit different to that again this time. Move finished prints into the wash. Room here. Yeah, well, I suppose I just got in the habit of it really. I mean, I teach in the darkroom a lot, so I go sort of helping one student, and then sort of okay, go do that. Move on to the next student, help them doing the same thing, and I'm sort of running backwards and forwards a bit. So I can kind of see what's happening even before it's gone into the developer. So I knew I'd have to dodge that area a bit. I know I need to dodge it more. So rather than going back to the tray and then making the decision about what I'm going to do, I can be planning it out while it's still developing. So what I'm going to do this time is for those 10 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do it like that. So I'm going to kind of let this bit get only about half as much light. And then I'm going to gradually let that come in. So I'm not going to get a definite line, I hope. Famous last words, but that's the plan. And it should mean that I get the definition I want around the tail. I showed the contact sheet of this film to a friend of mine, and he picked this one out as being the best one. I agree, but I also knew it was going to be a bit more tricky in the printing. Actually, I'm going to do this in 2 halves. Let's do 5 seconds of that, and then didn't move that fast enough. We'll see. Tell you what, though, that's loads better. So we go from that to these ones. That tail is completely lost there in comparison. Now, this is where I wish I was better at keeping notes, because I'm rubbish. I never keep notes. I try and keep notes, and then I don't keep it up. You know, I might start in a different book. I've tried Rachel's Darkroom Handbook, which she did. Rachel Brewster Wright. Look at the difference between that corner to there to there. Yeah, I just don't do it. I'm just not organised enough for that. But this is one of those images that I really should write down what I do, because it's a tricky one. Maybe too fast. Yeah, the last one was better. Just losing that bit a little bit there. Also, it's not straight. Wonky borders. Right. I'm going to do that one more time. And then I'll swap to do I have another one? Maybe I do. Okay. Straight, please. So it's a bit. I don't really choose my contrast anymore. I'm using a, what's it called? Cold cathode head in my enlarger, which gives a kind of a cyan blue light. It doesn't really like these multi-grade papers that I'm using. but it seems to kind of print like a filter free. It doesn't really let me do split grade printing, but it works for me. I like it. And what I'm going to do when I finish this paper, so it's quite a new box. When I finish this one, which is a very variable contrast, I'm just going to start using graded papers. I've already started going over to some, and they're really good value actually. I'll show you. No, yeah, I don't tend to muck around with this enlarger. It's more hassle than it's worth really controlling the contrast. I just get cold cathode heads give nice tones. I don't know why. I'm kind of experimenting as I go along a little bit. But yeah, it just works. But what I'm going over to, I'll call that the last print because the hour's nearly up anyway. Move that into there. What was that? So these papers from Foma. So Foma Speed N311. It's a grade 3 or close to grade 3 fixed contrast paper. And 100 sheets. I got this from First Call Photographic. That's where I get most of my paper from, actually. But this, the 6x4 box, 100 sheets is something like £25. And I got a box of 5x7. That was about £30. So 100 sheets of paper for 25 quid. That's a fraction of what the author prices are. I quite like it. The other paper I've got that I really love is this stuff, which is a Berger Prestige Variable warm tone paper. And that's fibre based. And that is a box of 25 sheets. And that was again about £40. So for fibre based paper, that's a lot cheaper than a lot of the other companies. Again, that's First Call. Tonally, it's lovely. I used that with my trip to Wales back in February. Start that timer. Oh, let's down for a moment. There we go. Where are we? Let's rotate. There it is. There we go. Fiber paper is really, really lovely. The exposure times rapidly go up, and what I have. Can I find it in the dark? I need to tidy up down here, really. Oh, there it is. What I've got is this thing, and you sit that on top of the paper. You expose the paper for 60 seconds, and you've got windows there of 2 seconds, 3, 5, 8, 12, 16, 32, 48 seconds. So it gives you an idea of where to start doing your test strip. And it saves, although it uses a whole sheet of paper, it saves so much stress with trying to work out how your time starts with fiber-based paper. I don't know where I bought that now. I've had it for years. Probably First Call as well, to be honest. Either that or AG Photographic. If you have a electric dryer, no, so like one of the mango style ones where you put the resin paper in, it flows through and it comes up dry the other side. You can't use that with fiber-based paper. And drying fiber-based paper is a bit of a pain. They always curl up. And I leave them for a few days after they're dry, sitting under a pile of books on the dining table. Yeah, they flatten out relatively well. but there's something about the tone of fiber-based paper that's so much nicer than resin, but it is expensive in comparison. Yeah. Angel Devere 5.4. Yeah, is that one of the 504 and the big? Yeah, with the focus stars at the front of it. I love those. We got those at work. I'd love to have one here, but I just couldn't find a good deal. And I got this Durst. Where was it? There we go. It's Durst Laborator 1000, 5.4 and larger. And then I found the cold cathode head. Oh, predates 504. Okay, wow. Yeah, I bought this for about £300 on eBay. Someone down the south coast had to drive down to pick it up. I just bought a new lens a couple of weeks before, so there's an opportunity to test that out on the drive as well. So we'll photograph some surfers, I think it was, outside Bournemouth. Just a bit of fun. Yeah, so it's got, yeah, I love the De Beers. Wow. So send me a photo of that on Instagram. I'd love to see it. Is it one of those ones with like the big, like dome head that looks like something from Mars Attacks? Cool. Yeah, I got a 35 bill one of those in the garage, and it was someone on Facebook, and they were getting rid of all their darkroom stuff. They were moving to south of France, I think it was. So I rushed over there to pick up whatever I could. And there was only a few things there that I really wanted, but I had to take the whole lot. And I got chatting with him, and he was an anthropologist, and it was his little traveling darkroom that he would take with him when he was exploring distant parts of the world because it was so small and compact. I've not used it. It's not really of any use to me, but I just love the backstory to it. You know, this Large was out in like weird little islands off in the Pacific Ocean somewhere, where he was documenting communities. Yeah, it was a really, really lovely story. I mean, he might have made the whole thing up. I don't know, but I liked it. So I've just got that sitting there in the garage, and I will get it in here at some point to do some stuff with. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, bring it to a close. So I will just say I'll put the stuff in the show notes. I think hopefully it's there, but I have my notes here. So what's coming up? The Analogue Wonderland Big Film Photo Walk, 27th of June. Tickets available from their website, starting at 10 quid. Me and Toby, who hosts the Almost a Focus podcast together, I'll talk about that in a moment, are leading the walk in Market Harborough. I have never been to Market Harborough. I know nothing about Market Harborough, but I'm going to lead a walk there. And I enjoy that. I enjoy that challenge of sort of going where I don't know, and other people on the walk know it better and they can chip in and we sort of adapt it and flow. It's quite good fun doing that way. They've also got some premium events in Northampton and Hertfordshire. Details on the website. My book, Light Paper Time, is £15. I've got a couple copies left in stock. I have got more on order. Sorry, didn't mean to kick you. So if you'd like a copy, so you can learn a bit more about building a darkroom and running a darkroom, and I run out, just hold fire. There is more on the way. When they arrive, I'll get them listed back on the website. Oh, cheers, Sarah. Yep, Almost a Focus podcast, as Sarah mentions. So we've just released episode 15 yesterday. which is a very rambling one from me and Toby. We kind of did the whole thing backwards. I don't know why. But that's on YouTube, Spotify as a video, but it's also through Apple, Amazon Music, everywhere you normally get podcasts as well. But we also, this went out this morning, we did a video in Crick in Northamptonshire, and we met up, we loaded up our cameras, we went for a walk, finished the rolls of film on the walk, back to the pub, and we processed the film in the pub. So we've done a video of that. Cheers, Steve. No worries, Steve, don't worry. Yeah, so that video is now on YouTube at Almost a Focus Podcast. And there's another one coming next week sometime, which is the same kind of idea, but it's just me. It's down in Cornwall, and it was processing 5:4 colour film in a holiday caravan thing. Yeah, so we're all without a darkroom. And yeah, we're going to do some more of those as well. And then, if you'd like to win one of the prints that I've done, no charges at all. I'm going to be putting one up on my Instagram tomorrow as a competition, and I'll run that for probably 2 weeks, and then I'll choose a name at random from anyone who enters, and that will be on Instagram. So that's Tom Bob Warland. So same as it is on here, but over on Instagram. Anyway, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad I actually managed to get it to work this time. So wonders what you can do with fresh chemistry. And yeah, see you next time.